Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Boxing's always got something interesting going on. Now you got Fury and Joshua with drama, Jermell Charlo trying to get at Tszyu to avenge that loss for Earl Spence. You got the Ennis Kelly drama, Amanda Serrano, 7-weight division champion, looking to make history, to have the most knockouts in women's boxing history, and so much more. But anyway, let's just jump right into it. Now, you got a fight coming up here, man, with one of the Russell brothers, Gary Antuanne Russell. And I'm just telling you right now, it's a tough pick, man. He's going to be fighting Victor Santillan. And these guys are going to be scrapping, man, for the WBA interim World Super Bantamweight title, Saturday the 22nd of August. And I'm just going to tell you, for me, it's a tough pick. Very seasoned fighters, southpaws, same stage in their careers, they need wins. One is awkward, the Dominican Santillan, very awkward, very durable. Gary Antuanne Russell, clean boxer like his brothers, but some people felt that, he's just had too much inactivity, wasted a lot of time. I just think he's going to have to deal with the pressure from Santillan, who's going to be in his chest. But you got to understand with them Russell brothers, more technically polished, they're going to be able to, should be able to time, set traps. I just think Russell sees everything early, going to use those feet and just, land counters, walk Santillan into traps. But I'm just telling you, you need to be paying attention to that right hook. That right hook from both of them. You know what I'm saying? You got a battle of southpaws. I'm going to be looking for the right hooks. But again, I'm looking at this, I want to go at Russell, but I'm just telling you, that Russ, man. Yeah, if you're not out here in competitive rounds, I mean, what's going to happen once you get past round 3 and 4? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I expect Russell to control the distance, try to frustrate Santillan. Santillan's going to bring the pressure, try to land some clean, hard shots. But I just think Russell should prevail. But I'm telling you, man, shit can get ugly on the inside. But at the end of the day, Russell got his stuff together. So for me, I got to go with Russell on that one. Now, Amanda Serrano's back. Resume extraordinary. She calling herself the MOAT now. The MOAT. The most of all time. The most championships of all time. I mean, most weight divisions, titles won in weight divisions of all time. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Why can't they just leave it alone? Why everybody have to have a title? But no problem. Claressa's the self-proclaimed GOAT, and Amanda Serrano's calling herself the MOAT. But let me tell you, her winning those championships across 7 weight divisions, that's one of those kind of achievements that probably, I'm not going to say it's impossible to break, but it's extraordinarily difficult for another female boxer to duplicate. And that's what I think is important, because women's boxing is becoming increasingly competitive. Now, you have fighters like Taylor, Baumgartner, Dubois, Cameron, Mayer. And even though, you just don't want to say a name more than one time, you say it 3 times, she may appear and hit you with the man, please. You got to throw Claressa Shields in there, But Serrano's 7 division accomplishment remains one of the defining achievements of the sport. So I think the question is not simply, can another woman become a champion? It's more like, can another woman become a world champion in 7 different divisions like Serrano? And I'll be honest with you, I don't see it. That's a completely different challenge. Amanda Serrano gets busy tonight. I favor her to win. And let's be real. There's no other female boxer who has done or will come close to doing what Serrano's done. And those are the facts. Now, another fact. It's stupid for Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury for that fight to happen in the United States. To that I say, in the most respectful way, hey, yo, hold your horses and stop taking it to the goddamn stupid. Why in the hell would they bring Joshua and Fury to America? I'm not saying that New York City people won't come out supporting, the Brits won't fly over. That fight belongs in the fucking UK, and y'all gotta excuse my French toast. That fight belongs in the UK. It's stupid to bring it to America. I don't care about the money. That's dumb, man. Ain't nobody coming out to see that shit. Put that shit in the UK. They won't have enough capacity for the people who would want to attend that. This is dumb. That's why fans are so understandably emotional about this possibility of bringing that fight to America, man. This isn't just another fight. Two of the biggest British heavyweight stars of the generation. So I understand the argument, you know what I mean? Why shouldn't the biggest British heavyweight fight of an era happen in Britain? I can't answer that. But I would think the counter argument would be equally simple. America offers an enormous commercial market. We get it. International exposure. We get it. Possibility of turning the fight into a global spectacle. We get it. But there's another factor. Money. You look at AJ, look at Fury, location is probably going to come down to whoever creates the biggest financial opportunity. And Eddie Hearn is going buck wild right now because he hates this shit. And I understand, them dudes got enough money, man. Fight in the UK. Fight in the UK. But anyway, they're going to do what they want. Gerald Big Baby Miller and Murat Gassiev. Who would have guessed Gerald Big Baby Miller will be back in line for a title shot? You got a serious heavyweight matchup with serious physical implications. You know, Miller's entire identity based around pressure, strength, making opponents work. Gassiev brings something different. Heavy punching power, technical ability. I'm just saying, if Miller allows Gassiev to establish his punching rhythm, his ass could be in trouble. But if Miller can make that fight ugly, physically, and exhausting for Gassiev, all of a sudden the matchup changes dramatically. You know what I'm saying? Just like the matchups have changed dramatically. They had 147 pounds. Now word on the street is Keyshawn Davis supposed to be facing Jack Catterall. Now we know Keyshawn out here put duck sauce on the fried rice. He should have fought Devin Haney. Big time career misstep doesn't mean it's the end of his career, but he missed an opportunity. If he would have lost to Devin, nobody would have thought nothing. But right now he's looking like a coward. But he's under that scrutiny for that controversial ducking of the Devin Haney fight. They proposed it. He said he wanted it. First he said he wanted it. They proposed it. Then he ducked it. So he can get out of here with that bullshit, but it'll die down after a while. But the fight against Jack Catterall gives him another opportunity to change the conversation. Jack Catterall can scrap. Experienced, technically sound, proving that he can compete with elite level opposition. For Keyshawn, I mean, this is less about talking and more about performance. If he can dominate Catterall, the criticism is not even going to get quiet. It's going to stop. But if he struggles, all you're going to hear is quack, 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 quack. Who put duck sauce on the fried rice? Hold your horses, stop taking it to the stupid. And I'm just being real. Then you got Moses Itauma. Is he the next Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali? That's what some people are saying, man. But I just think fans need to pump their brakes. Itauma's extraordinary, man. Young heavyweight prospect. He's got it. But talking about he's the next Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, that's an impossible standard. Because I think Hrgovic beats him. But hey, what do I know? Tyson Ali, they just weren't talented. They became cultural icons. Itauma has time to build his own legacy. But instead of asking, is he the next Tyson? How about we just say, how great can he become? Let that man create his own legacy the same way I think Rolly Romero is going to go down in the Boxing Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Tszyu just, well, let me say this. Teofimo Sr. They come out here talking about Tszyu had a lot of problems, and that's what resulted in his loss to Shakur Stevenson. So that explanation is going to generate some debate, but I'm going to tell you, Teofimo Lopez Sr. needs to hold his horses and stop taking it to the stupid. Your son lost because Shakir's better. It's that simple. You can control preparation, discipline, focus, execution. So control it. But the best man on the night is going to win. And sometimes the best man on the night doesn't win. It's the fighter who boxes the best. Bottom line, Shakir, better boxer, fought the best. He won. Teofimo lost. Get over it. This is why great fighters with the wrong team can't really separate themselves from the bullshit. Get up out of here, man. And he's going to lose to Rolly. Now, Jermell Charlo and Tszyu. Now, this is an intriguing revenge-style matchup. You know what I mean? Tszyu already established himself as a dangerous fighter, capable of taking advantage when opponents aren't at their best. And he did that with Earl Spence, but I respect Tszyu because I think he could have tranquilized Spence, but he didn't. Charlo has experience, championship pedigree, but his ass has been gone. He got that Canelo money, and he was up in the weight, wasn't he? But Charlo knows what it's like to operate at the highest level. Nobody beat him at 154. But I'm just telling you, Tszyu's got confidence. Confidence changes everything. If Charlo's in there and he ain't firing on all cylinders, he's not doing things instinctively, his ass is in trouble. That's all I'm saying. So I want to see Tszyu. can put pressure on Charlo without walking into Charlo's counterpunching. This could be extremely competitive. But remember, Charlo ain't with Derrick James no more, so I wouldn't be surprised if Tszyu beat him. And then we'll all be chanting Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Or Jermell could land one of them hard-ass counters because he's a boxer puncher. And then Tszyu goes down faster than a place to play the Alabama barbecue in front of a big 500-pound fat-ass redneck. Now, Caroline Dubois, calling out everybody. She's becoming more and more confident. That's exactly what you want to see from a young champion. Experience matters enormously in boxing. Every difficult fight teaches you something. That's why I think they should be trying to fight her right now. Because Caroline Dubois get better and better, it's going to be hard to beat her. You know what I'm saying? Her distance on point, timing on point, composure on point, defense on point, conditioning, ring IQ, championship round management on point. Just imagine how it's going to be after the next couple of fights. Perfected. If Dubois keeps developing, the scary part isn't necessarily where she is now. She's going to become perfection inside the ring. And I'm just telling you, it may not even take 2 or 3 years from now. We're talking about 2 or 3 fights. Now, Jerron Ennis and Josh Kelly, talk about perfection inside that ring. Jerron Ennis does the business. That rhymed. A hip-hop, you don't stop. Jerron Ennis, Josh Kelly. I got Jerron Ennis clipping Josh Kelly. You know, it's a technically fascinating fight. Josh Kelly can box, man. He can fight. He's got power. And the rumor is they're going to have it as a co-main to Joshua Fury. I'm telling you, that shit will make that card blow up. You look at Ennis, speed, power, versatility, athleticism. Kelly, movement, timing, defensive instincts, experience, athleticism. I mean, these guys they got what it takes, man. And that's why they're both champions and operating at a very high level. But I think the big question is whether Kelly can keep Ennis from turning the fight into a physical battle. Because Ennis gets comfortable and gets in his rhythm, he's going to let the rhythm hit him. And that could become a very long night for Kelly. But I just think the bigger boxing story here is you're talking about all these developments happening, you know what I'm saying? The previous generation fading. Then you got Joshua, Fury, Charlo fighting for the final chapters of their career. Then you got Ennis, you got Russell, you got Davis, Itauma, Dubois trying to establish themselves as the next generation. Then you got fighters like Serrano proving that legacy isn't simply about being young, it's about accomplishing things that may never duplicate. And I do think Serrano going to fight Alicia Baumgartner. I really do. I think that fight's going to happen. That's her last fight. That's just my opinion. But I'm going to tell you, the shock is going to probably be Moses Itauma getting clipped by Flip Hergovic. That's just how I see it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That being said, y'all keep cool. It's Friday, y'all. I'm in the breeze.